The Greek League final was, well, looking from the outside, I'm not even sure, guys, how to describe it. It had more drama than a Mexican TV series, but in this video, I'll try to leave those things aside. Because after all, Olympiacos outplayed Panathinaikos in 4 games on the court and got the Greek League title back to Piraeus. So let's see how Giorgos Bartzokas and the Reds managed to do so. First of all, Olympiacos forced EuroLeague MVP Kendrick Nunn into averaging a shocking 4.3 turnovers per game, as he finished the series with more lost balls than assists. Whoever was on him, they made it super tough for him in the pick and rolls. Olympiacos' perimeter defenders excelled in screen navigation, making Nunn snake these pick and rolls a lot and think about the rear view contest more than a shot off the dribble. Something he loves to do that was taken away from him. Then it's a late switch here in the paint and a turnover, as it's a bit of a weakness for Kendrick Nunn, the decisions inside the paint. We saw him struggling in the paint in the EuroLeague playoffs too. The more you force him inside, the better it is for the opponents. A similar example here. Nunn is again snaking the pick with Fowler retreating back, but look at Thomas Walkup doing what he does best, staying close to the ball handler. On the second drive, he's so close on this contest, it forces Pau guard to change his mind at the last second and turn the ball over. Another thing that caught my attention was how individually Panathinaikos tried to break Olympiacos' defense. It's a switch here from the Reds and Kendrick wants to go to work, but look at other 4 guys. They are all standing in one place. Fall is doing a great job of not allowing a pull-up free, and this bad spacing allows Shaq McKissick to steal it. During the game in Oaxaca, look how Walkup closely follows Nunn until he's in the paint. It's an automatic late switch for the Reds there, and Nunn dribbles it out. Walkup fronts Gabriel, and watch again, other 3 players without the ball are not moving. Nunn tries this lob pass, but I don't understand why. Papanikolaou was right there at all times, and this is an easy deflection and another turnover. I did not see any collective teamwork or strategy from Pau against this, but I'm not sure if I should be surprised by that, knowing how Ataman teams play. This is a pick and pop with a 4-man here, and against that, Olympiacos is hedged aggressively, but look at the distances between Pau players. Against this type of defense, other guys need to shorten the gaps and make it easier for Nunn to pass, but they just stay put, and to no one's surprise, they lose it again. I was also surprised at how reluctant Pau guards were to throw the ball inside to their big guys against Olympiacos' switching. Here the Reds have a small ball lineup in game 4 with Peters at the 5, so they naturally switch it here. Papanikolaou stays with Mitoglu, but Grant looks him away. Okay, Olympiacos made it tough to make an entry pass here with their pressure, but now you're left with a tough ISO shot and is just not good offense. And literally like 10 seconds later on the other side of the court, Olympiacos show Pau how it's done. Peter sets a solid screen on Slukas here, so Pau are forced to switch. And since strong side players for the Olympiacos moved without the basketball, opposite to what Pau players do without the ball, there is no one under the rim, so Fournier can just lob this one over Slukas' head. Great catch by Alec, and it's pretty easy for him to shoot over Kostas. Middle of the second quarter here, Pau's side pick and the Reds switch again. It's actually a perfect set to use against the switch all, as Yurtseven can make this pass to Juancho and no one could help Fastly, but he does not even look at it, probably because there is no emphasis on that whatsoever, and Lorenzo Brown misses a way tougher shot than Pau could have gotten here in this possession. This last example just further proves my point. Olympiacos once again late switch this pick here with Milutinov taking none, and Sabin Lee stays with Yurtseven. Kick out to Slukas and stop it right there. It's a perfect opportunity to throw one pass to Omer here, who is literally under the basket. Instead, Kostas keeps it, tries something on his own, which is not exactly his strongest link. Nothing happens and Nunn has to shoot from 10 meters instead of a rim attempt. Was this playstyle a result of bad habits throughout the season or caused by drama that surrounded the series? I'll let you guys be the judge here.
Hey BasketNews fans, visit shop.basketnews.com to find some cool basketball clothes, wear them at games, outside, anywhere you want, and show your love for basketball. Shop.basketnews.com.
On the other side, we saw way more team play as Olympiacos' depth reaped its benefits. On the first pick, nothing happens, but as Fournier drives against Grant, watch Milutinov Gortat screening Yurtseven out of the picture. Great chance the Frenchman just misses. However, it works immediately in the Reds' next possession. Again, things are neutral here against Yurtseven's defense at the level of the screen, but Fournier keeps the dribble alive, attacks right, and watch the Serbian once again, doing the same thing and helping his teammate. Oh, and by the way, Milutinov was a huge key in this series. And of course, when he's healthy, he's amazing. Offensively, his handoffs around the perimeter worked wonders for Bartzokas. They get stuck on a possession? Hey, let's throw it to Milutinov, somebody cuts. It turns into an empty corner two-man game with Nikola slipping, and look how empty the Piraeus paint is. This is another play they like. Throw it to Milutinov at the elbow line extended, and a guard runs for this short pass/handoff. Usually Pau cut under, but Grant follows over this time, giving Dorsey time and space for this floater. However, this next play Olympiacos used the most, at least in Game 4. Iverson cut into side action, and then Walkup throws it to the Serbian, and zoom action follows. Walkup's spin down gives Fournier a huge separation from Jerry and Grant, plus watch the weak side. Bartzokas knows Juancho will help on this drive from the 45, so Papanikolaou clears the corner, Dorsey fills his place, and nobody can help while Hernan Gomez is late to come back. Simply perfect execution. Different start, but the same action a bit later for Dorsey. Walkup's pick forces Osman to chase, and this pick is the exact reason Jetty is late to be in front after Mitoglu does the one-step hedge. It does not really stop Dorsey from reaching the paint, and it's 2 more points from Milutinov handoffs. Also, the Greek League foreigner rules and some injuries allowed other Olympiacos' players to shine in the final series. Those guys who were a bit under the radar, let's say, in the last part of the season. For example, Shaq McKissick, who finished as the second top scorer of the team in the finals. It was actually wild how many times he found himself as the guy who has to save the Reds' possession. But he usually did, with his driving game drawing fouls in Game 4, especially in the second quarter. Here Olympiacos tries side Spain action with McKissick setting a flare here, which forces a switch. A switch that Pau probably did not want. Again, the difference was that Bartzokas' players were moving off the ball way more. Shaq has speed advantage over Papapetru, and he uses it. In the next clip, it's again a late clock situation. Dorsey passes to McKissick, and I'm not sure why Slukas is so close to a much faster Shaq here. And of course, he gets beaten to the rim here and can't avoid the foul. Tyler Dorsey, a forgotten man in Piraeus, also had a chance to shine after Nigel Williams-Goss missed the finals with an injury. Him and Fournier had 2 super important ISO shots to finish off the series in the second half of Game 4. In those minutes, tactics usually matter less, individual greatness more. This was an incredibly wild shot to make for Dorsey. A bit later, another switch from Pau leaves Tyler against Papapetru. Guard goes in, not enough to beat Giannis here at first, but it's a nice stop, pivot, turn, and fade to save the day again. And in the midst of those 2 shots by Dorsey, Fournier had something to say too. Just for the record, yes, I do think he should have been disqualified after what he showed/did in Game 3, but he wasn't. So in Game 4 here, he gets Slukas on the switch. That's the best Olympiacos' player against the worst Pau defender on the court at the moment, and you know how most of these end. Later, he gets Juancho, a much tougher task on the perimeter, but sometimes for great players like him, it does not really matter. Cross into a step back to create separation, and the Seth is rocking. Finally, the so-called 50-50 plays. And to no one's surprise, I guess, Olympiacos had way more of those. Dorsey has nowhere to go here, gets blocked, and it's between Slukas and McKissick here to react. Shaq is the first one, and since there are just 3 seconds left, he immediately turns this hustle play into points. Here on the second free throw from Grant, Milutinov tips the ball first, who bounces on the floor. Fournier grabs it, and since Pau are over the team foul limit, hustle again turns into easy points for the Reds. And I'm sorry, but I can't finish the video without mentioning Walkup's defense once again. This is the play that got stuck stuck in my mind. He stands straight as none bulldozes into him in the fast break, and look at the bench, look at Bartzokas, look at the crowd. They are loving him. Olympiacos are already up 2-1 in the series here, and they have plus 14 in the game, but they did not stop there. Papapetru thinks he has an offensive rebound and potential layup, but McKissick says, "Hi there," slaps the ball away, and it bounces off his own leg. Without these hustle plays, Olympiacos do not win. Just as they don't win without any of these aforementioned strategic and team play things. But what do you guys think about these Greek finals? Were you actually able to concentrate what was happening on the floor? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.